biggest change that's occurred since I started as a graduate is gone from having physical paper files now to actually a paperless office, which I think is obviously a substantial change. The journey as a firm that we've gone on has been significant and continues to be significant as we try and be on the forefront of technology and how we can apply technology to the overall audit process to make it more efficient, more responsive to risk, and also to be able to be more proactive to our clients. Recently, we've gone on a journey of implementing inflow across our audit division, which has really been at the forefront of data and data analytics. And I think this is what's been the driver of change, not just the audit division, but overall as a industry, and how this can be applied to our clients in the future. One of the biggest changes with implementing software such as Inflow is the ability to communicate and collaborate with clients and having transparency for them as well. Having portals where clients can see exactly what we're looking for and actually see where the process of an audit is at any given time gives them the transparency and confidence in, I guess, a more proactive and forward-looking audit approach. And the feedback we've had since that implementation over the past 1 to 2 years has been very positive, because it feels like clients are actually being brought along for the journey rather than the auditors are just sitting in the background doing their thing. When I would have first started as a graduate, you would have found there would have just been a lot of email chains and conversations back and forth around what we're looking for and an engagement, who's going to provide what. Whereas now, as technology has evolved and our actual audit process and the way we interact with clients has evolved, it's really given the opportunity for a CFO to come in at any given time and assess where the audit process is at and who in their team is responsible for delivering what information needs to go, and even just vice versa, with auditors being able to see in real time responses from clients. And as a result, this means that the meetings and conversations we have with clients isn't just a back and forth around what's required on an information front, but it means we can actually have more value-adding conversations to really dig into the audit process itself. Broadly speaking, it's a lot more about automation, and from a client perspective, it could be we're looking at now a lot more manual processes and manual controls and physical approvals and signatures now to a more IT-based control environment where a lot of processes and controls are being automated or brought onto platforms and systems. And so looking at controls that are more IT application specific, which I think is a big factor on the client side, and how automation's being driven from a client-facing side and how we have to audit that. From the actual audit side of things and what we do as a profession, there has been a lot of automation, whether it's internal admin processes and billing and things like this, but probably more wholly around audit techniques that are coming through in the market. There is obviously a big driver towards using data analytic tools as a assurance procedure. With our use of Inflow as a portal, we have seen that there's been a lot more value that we can drive with clients in actually using data analytics as a form of assurance and being able to, I guess, take the journey through that data analytic process and actually find real value-adding content in there. Other areas within the audit that we're seeing new techniques come through around automation, you're seeing bots to be able to review financial statements, platforms like Data Snipper, which will be able to read multiple invoices as soon as you train it to pick up things like invoice numbers, amounts, that really just assist in streamlining the audit process and allowing us to focus on being more professional, skeptical, actually having value-adding conversations with clients. At the core of data analytics is the data behind it, and having quality data, so ensuring that the data that you're getting from a client is obviously accurate, it's complete. As the old adage is, the better the data, the better the quality you can come out with it. And then it's around having the team to be able to, I guess, have the skill sets to be able to read and analyse that data. And probably more so now, which is what I'm seeing as a big trend in what you require to be an auditor, is around having that critical thinking and the elements around saying, okay, well, I've got data that's gone through our software, and now being able to build the relationships between the data that's being processed and the relationships and correlation between what your actual client does to be able to help find anomalies and then to be able to audit that accordingly. Probably the key part about this is, as a broader industry as well, is we're evolving technological tools to help us advance the audit process, but ensuring that we can fit that in with our existing audit methodologies and the requirements as an auditor to ensure that it is giving us sufficient appropriate audit evidence.